Hi everyone! In today's class, this will be an inversions practice leading towards handstand. But it will be a series of 4 classes, and in today's video, this will be the first out of the 4. So it will be a progressive class leading to us safely and effectively getting into a handstand and to be able to hold it. So for today, what you will need is a blanket or a thick towel, and you will need wall space later on, which I will cue. So we will use those 2 things for our skill drill portion. So enjoy! So we're going to start off lying down on our mats, would be on our belly and our chest. Okay. So from here, you'll bring your right arm out to a T. Make sure that it's in line with the shoulder. Spread the fingers wide. And then we'll start to roll off to our right side any amount. And then we'll breathe here, in and out of the nose. Okay, take your time. So for this first part, we're just trying to release our shoulders. You can roll to your right any amount. Your left leg can roll back. Your chest can roll up towards the ceiling any amount. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. Come back to center. Okay. Still on that right arm. This time we're going to bend the elbow. Okay, bend it to 90 degrees. And then maybe imagine your right arm is trying to reach closer towards or farther away from you. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you'll rotate again or you'll turn towards the right side. Okay, if it's accessible, your head can rest on the mat. But if it does not feel good for your neck, know that you can always slide a blanket underneath your head or maybe the block just to give it a bit of support. And then you'll start to notice when the elbow is bent and then we start to roll over towards the right, you might feel it towards the top part of the shoulder. Okay, one more breath here. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. We'll come back to center. Okay, still keeping our elbow bent to 90 degrees, but then this time, we'll move the elbow or the right hand maybe 1 to 2 inches forward. So right now, elbow is in front of the shoulder. Inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll start to roll over again towards the right side. Whew. And you'll feel it's a different sensation for the shoulder, particularly for your right shoulder. Breathe here, any amount. Lengthen the inhale, lengthen the exhale. And then if it benefits you, you can sort of roll out and in, and then see how that feels for your right shoulder. Okay, one more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. We'll come back to center. And then from here, okay, we'll switch over towards the left side. From here, you'll bring your left arm out to a T. Okay, so wrist, elbow, and shoulder in one line. And then you'll start to roll towards your left side this time. Okay, so spread the fingers wide on your left side. Maybe if you want a little bit more for your left shoulder, see how it feels when you start to press the palm down on the mat as you roll over towards your left. Hold here for another cycle of breath. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. We'll come back to center. Okay, from here, keep the left arm out to a T. But then this time, we'll bend the elbow. So bend the elbow to 90 degrees. Inhale, spread the fingers wide. And then as you exhale, you'll roll again towards the left side. Breathe here. And if you're like me, my left is tighter than my right for the shoulders. And then notice if you add a bit of rolling in and out, see how that feels for your shoulder. Okay, one more breath in. And then as you exhale, you'll slowly release. Okay, keep the elbow bent. And then from here, you're going to move the hand. Maybe move it 1 or 2 inches towards the top of your mat. Okay, maybe move the blocks if they're in the way. So notice that my elbow is in front of the shoulder. Okay, inhale. And then as you exhale, we'll roll again towards the left side. Breathe here. And in my body, this is where I feel very tight. So take your time as you roll towards the left. You can push down any amount on your right hand. Breathe here. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, you'll slowly release. Okay, we'll come back to center. Take your time again. Bring the hands beside the hips. Stay here for a moment. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly push back up to tabletop. From here, you'll grab your 2 blocks. Okay. And then let's release our hamstrings first. Okay, so you'll step the right foot forward. Okay. Straighten the right leg any amount, or you can keep it slightly bent, but keep the hip on top of the left knee. Flex the right foot, inhale. And then as you exhale, you'll start to fold forward any amount. So the blocks are there if you need additional height. But if it's accessible for you, or you would want to go a little bit deeper, or you would want a little bit more, know that you can always adjust the block height. Or take your time as you go lower. Hold here and breathe. Okay, from here, if you want a little bit more, okay, you'll start to stick the butt out. Okay. And then you'll feel the stretch at the right hamstrings. You can start to fold forward, adding a little bit more. Maybe adding a bit of a wiggle at the hip side to side, or move the leg from side to side. Hold here and breathe. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, you'll slowly release. Come up again. We'll just slide that right knee back. Then we'll take it on the other side. Step the left leg forward. Flex the left foot. Then you can always start with the left knee slightly bent. Okay. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, start to reach forward, fold forward any amount. And then I would always recommend start off with the tallest height in your block so that you can always adjust. From here, start to stick the butt out. See how that feels. You can start to add tiny movements. You can adjust the block height if it's necessary or if you need it. If not, then just stay at the height where you can access the shape. Breathe here as you fold forward. And know that each side may feel different. Okay, one more breath in. And then as you exhale, you'll slowly release. Okay, bringing that left knee back. We'll set our blocks off to the side. Okay, we'll come back to tabletop. Then from here, okay, we'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, let the butt stick up. Chest will reach forward. As you exhale, round through the back. Push away from the mat. Inhale, reaching the chest forward. Exhale, round through the back. One more, inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to hold here. Okay, so hold in the shape, then maybe bring the gaze down or slightly in front. And then notice how my upper back is rounding as much as it can. Okay. Can you keep that rounding, but then add the pressing away power from the hands. Okay. Spread the fingers wide. From here, we'll tuck the toes. And then as you inhale, you'll float your knees up an inch off the mat. And then notice that I might lose slightly at the rounding because I'm trying to balance it with reaching the chest forward. But for this class, let's focus on pushing away maybe so much that your upper back will really round. Okay, one more breath in, hugging the belly in, and then as you exhale, downward facing dog. You can bend the knees, alternate shaking off the legs. One more breath in, maybe wiggling the hips from side to side. From here, we'll look in between the hands, knees bend, step one foot forward, followed by the other foot. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, hands lift. Exhale, hands back. So from Tadasana, ground both feet. So you inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we'll fold in half, folding from the hips. Inhale, come up halfway. You can press the hands on the shins or on your thighs. As you exhale, bend the knees as much as you need to so you can get your hands completely flat. So spread the fingers wide. Can we keep the shoulders on top of the wrists and then find that pushing away action so much that your upper back will round? Same thing we did from floating tabletop. And then step one foot back, followed by the other foot. Find floating tabletop again. Hold here and breathe. Okay. And then notice it's also finding the balance or playing between pushing away with as much as you can and then trying to reach the chest forward. Bracing through the front body, okay, holding that block between the thighs. One more breath in, and then as you exhale, pressing back, downward facing dog. And then for this round, you can choose to be still, or if you still need a bit of movement, you can take that. One more breath in, and then from here, looking in between the hands, bend the knees, step one foot forward, followed by the other foot. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. As you exhale, set up the hands again, spread the fingers wide, push away so much that the upper back will round. And then this time, we'll step the right foot back, okay, followed by the other leg. So this time we're in plank. And then see how much you can press away and round through the back. But then can you still find that effort of your chest trying to reach forward as you keep the shoulders steady on top of the wrists? So if you feel there's more weight on your wrists, activate the legs. Find your zipper from the pelvis towards the ribs, and then find the block between the thighs, and you're trying to press your thighs up towards the ceiling. One more breath here. Then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Connect with the breath. Lengthen the inhale. Lengthen the exhale. One more breath in. From here, we'll look in between the hands. Bend the knees. Step one foot forward, followed by the other. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, ground the palms again. Bend the knees if you need to, so that as you round through the back, your hands will start to carry weight. Keep that rounding, keep pressing away even from the fingertips. Step the left foot back, followed by the right leg. Find your zipper, find the block between the thighs, pressing up. One more breath in, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg up. And then from here, okay, we'll start to step it through, but then we'll take our time. So can we keep the right knee as close as we can towards the chest? As you keep the shoulders on top of the wrist, keep pressing away. One more breath. And then from here, step the right foot in between the hands. Lower down the left knee. And then as you inhale, reach the arms all the way up. We'll find low lunge. And then here in low lunge, okay, we'll start to find our handstand hands. So we'll flex our wrists. And then from here, okay, we'll start to press the hands up towards the ceiling as we lunge the hips forward. Hold here and breathe. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. Okay. Start to push away. As you step back to a plank, inhale. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, left side, inhale, lift the left leg up. Okay, we'll start to step it through, but before we land that left foot down, push away from the mat, bring the left knee as close as you can towards the chest. One more breath. And then step the left foot in between the hands, lower down the right knee. Okay, find that comfortable stance. As you inhale, low lunge on the left side. From here, we'll find handstand hands again. So actually, we'll extend at the wrist. So this shape is wrist extension. Breathe here. As you hold the shape, find the zipper, bend any amount on that left knee as you press up towards the ceiling. One more breath in. As you exhale, we'll lower down the hands. Press away, step back to a plank, breathe in, and then as you exhale, downward facing dog. And then breathing in and out of the nose. One more breath in. We'll look in between the hands, knees bent. Step one foot forward, followed by the other foot. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we'll fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, ground the palms, spread the fingers wide. Okay, and then press as much as you can, that upper back will round. Step one foot back, followed by the other. Find the zipper, press the thighs up, breathe in. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. We'll step it through, but then we'll take our time again. So when we keep the right leg hanging, press away. One more breath. And then step the right foot in between the hands. Okay. Come up to the fingertips. Okay. Set up the legs, find traction. As you inhale, come all the way up. High lunge, bend any amount on that right leg. From here, we'll find our handstand hands again. Okay. And then notice if there's a sensation for you to shorten at the neck. Okay. So notice if you're trying to shorten at the neck, can we try to press the shoulders down as your hands try to lift up towards the ceiling? One more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll release, pressing the hands back. Inhale, stepping back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in and out of the nose. Left side, lifting the left leg up. Okay. Now before you step it through, three-legged plank, press away so much that the upper back will round. One more breath. Then stepping the left foot in between. Set up, find traction at the legs. Keep that left knee bent. As you inhale, come all the way up. High lunge. Okay. From here, find handstand hands again. And then try to reach up for the ceiling. Find that sensation of pushing up. So it's the same effort from when we were in plank that you're pushing away from the floor. One more breath in. From here, we'll bring the hands down. Breathe in as you step back. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in and out of the nose. Even in down dog, can you still find that effort of pressing away? One more breath in. Bring in between the hands, knees bend. Step one foot forward, followed by the other. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, ground the palms again. Okay, bend the knees if you still need to. Press away. Step one foot back, followed by the other. Holding plank. Then as you exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg up. We'll step it through. In between the hands. This time we'll ground the left leg. Okay, so find that effort of both legs pressing down. So as you inhale, come up, warrior one. So remember, in warrior one, you want your back leg to ground, but you want the left hip to roll forward. Find the zipper as you reach the arms up. Find handstand hands again as you try to press up, or imagine you're trying to carry the ceiling. Hold here. You can bend any amount. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. Pressing away from the floor as you step back, breathe in. Exhale, pressing back. Left side, lifting the left leg up. We'll step it through. In between the hands as you ground that right leg. Okay, press both legs down. Find the zipper as you come up. Warrior one on the other side. Okay, as you ground that right leg down, roll the right hip forward. Find handstand hands. And then imagine you're trying to carry the ceiling, pressing it up. Hold here and breathe. One more breath in. As you exhale, we'll bring the hands down. Breathe in as you step back. And then exhale, downward facing dog. 5 cycles of breath. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. One more breath in. And then from here, we'll lower down the knees. And then we'll take child's pose for about 2 cycles of breath, or 3. If you need it a little bit longer, hands can wrap around the legs. You can wiggle from side to side. One more breath in. And then from here, we'll slowly come up. Okay. Now at this point, you'll have to find wall space. Then we're going to do some work on the wall. Okay, so for this part, you'll have to move towards a wall. So hopefully you have wall space where you do your home practice. Okay, and then make sure you put your mat there so that we can place our hands when we start practicing going upside down. So for this round, what we'll do is a durational hold. Okay, so you'll grab your 2 blocks and then you'll bring the soles of your feet onto the wall. Press it there, and then as a guide, just place your blocks beside the hips. Okay. And then we're going to flip over. Okay. And then we'll set up our hands. Okay. From here, so before we start to lift up, okay, And then especially if this is your very first time going upside down. So if fear is the main hindrance, then know that you can always sit this one out and then stay in child's pose or do any of the previous poses in the warm-up phase. So what we'll do, we'll start to spread the fingers wide, okay? And then the work that we've been doing, that we've been pressing away, pushing away from the mat, round through the upper back, just think about holding that effort, okay? And then from here, okay, what we'll do is we'll start to bring one leg up, followed by the other leg. We'll straighten out the legs as much as we can, and then we'll hold here. Okay? So we'll just stay here for a few cycles of breath. Maybe start to first see how this feels. Okay? You can keep your gaze in between the thumbs. So just think of drawing in the zipper and then pressing away from the mat, the same efforts we've been doing from the start of class. And then you can hold for as long as you like. Okay? You can always come down at any point and then come back up. Breathe here. One more breath in. And then exhale. You'll take your time as you slowly come down. And then slowly bring your head up. Okay. If you need a release for the wrists, interlace the fingers. And then do a few circles at the wrists. Okay. Maybe do the wave. Go the opposite direction. Okay, at this point, see how you feel. If there's a little bit more, we'll go back up again, or I'll show you the option. You can stay here and then just stay in floating tabletop. Okay? Or we can again press away from the mat. Find that action of that you're trying to round as you bring one foot up, followed by the other foot. And actually, you're already in a variation of the handstand. But what we're working here in the durational hold is also building strength. And then as you hold, notice how you're breathing. Can you still lengthen the inhale? Lengthen the exhale. And then if you get to practice this as many times as you can, just building strength in the durational hold. And then when you're ready to come down, take your time again. Slowly come back down. Breathe here as you slowly bring the head up. Okay. And then from here, we'll move again away from the wall, and then we'll work on our next exercise. So for this part, you need to take your blanket or maybe a thick towel. But make sure that your blanket or your thick towel can smoothly glide on your floor. So we'll take our mat, we'll fold it in half, and then fold it again so we have space. And then bring your blanket or your thick towel right behind it. And then we'll bring our feet onto the blanket. You'll find Tadasana. Okay. And then as you inhale, you'll reach your arms up. As you exhale, we'll start to fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, but then get your hands onto your mat. Spread the fingers wide, similar effort that we've been doing in this class. And then from here, can you push away from your mat, find that grounding, and then this time, and I find this is the easy part, you're going to slide back into a plank. Okay. And then we'll hold here. From here, you'll draw the zipper in. And then from what we learned in the previous skill, where we're holding in the durational handstand. So press away, hold that. And then think of trying to lift your butt up towards the ceiling as you try to slide the blanket forward. So it will look something like this. Butt up, bring the blanket as close to the mat as you can. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Okay, we'll do that again. Press the hands down on the mat. Okay, find that rounding, push away, and then as you inhale, we'll slide back, hold the zipper, and then when you're ready, butt up towards the ceiling as the legs slide forward. Okay, we'll do that a few times. As you inhale, slide back. Can you still keep the shoulders on top of the wrists as you slide back? And then when you're ready, butt up as you slide forward. Okay, 2 more times. Inhale as you slide back. Keep the shoulders on top of the wrists. And then when you're ready, butt up, slide forward. Last one, sliding back, keeping the zipper. And then as you kick the butt up, slide the legs forward. From here, we'll fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, hands back. So if you need to give your wrists a break, interlace the fingers or do the wave. Here. So we'll set our blanket off to the side and then we'll unroll our mat. So let's just do one more flow to get back onto the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Okay. Then as you exhale, ground the palms. So can we take the 2 previous drills, press away, and then imagine you're trying to slide back into that plank when you were on the blanket. Hold the zipper, keep pushing away, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. And then one more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release the knees down. Then we'll find child's pose. The head can lower down on your mat. Just my personal preference to wrap my hands around the legs and wiggle from side to side. Just get that extra release at the lower back. One more breath in. And then from here, we'll slowly release. We'll come up. Okay. And then we'll start to bring our legs towards the front. Once we have the legs in front, flexing the feet, inhale, reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, we'll start to fold forward. So any amount as you reach towards the legs. Then you can still use the same effort, trying to stick the butt out as you fold forward. Know that you can always use your strap or hold on to the shins if grabbing onto the feet is not accessible. And then one more breath in. As you exhale, we'll slowly release. We'll come up. And then this time we'll cross at the legs. Okay, we'll bring the arms out to a T and then we'll interlace the fingers behind. Just go the opposite direction. Okay. You can press your hands at the back of the hips to give you a bit more leverage, to bring the shoulder blades together. Breathing here. Or if you still want a little bit more, maybe reaching the hands back. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. This time we'll lie down on our mat. Once we're down on the mat, okay, you can hug the knees in towards the chest. You can make small circles or big circles if you prefer. And then go the opposite direction. From here, we'll start to plant our feet down. And then we'll do bridge. Bring the feet hip width apart, pressing the hands down. Remember the ball between the thighs, and then as you inhale, we'll press the hips up towards the ceiling. And you have the option to interlace the fingers, bringing the shoulders towards your center or bring the shoulder blades together. Press the shoulders and the arms down as the hips lift up towards the ceiling. Breathing here. And one more breath in. As you exhale, release the hands. Take your time as you lower down. From here, bring the feet as wide as the mat. Okay. We'll knock the knees together. Stay here for a breath or as long as you need. And then we'll bring the arms out to a T. We'll lower down the knees towards the left side. You have the option to stay in this twist, or you can bring the right leg on top of the left knee, or you can bring the left foot on top of the right thigh. And then breathe here. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. So come back to center, feet still as wide as the mat. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, we'll lower down towards your right side. Again, you have the option to stay in the shape or bring your left leg on top of the right, or bring your right foot on top of the left thigh. So any variation to the twist that you prefer. As you stay here for another cycle of breath. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly release. So come back to center again. If you need to lengthen your lower back, you can knock the knees together as you keep the feet wider than the hips. And then when you're ready, we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. And we can lift our head up towards the knees. And then as you exhale, you'll slowly release, lower down the head, the hands and the legs. As you start to close the eyes, as you start to take this final shape, make sure you're as comfortable as you need to. And then taking this moment to just acknowledge the thoughts and set it aside. And then taking this moment to be completely still and surrender in Shavasana. And you have the option to stay in Shavasana as long as you need or a little bit longer. Or when you're ready, taking small movements as you bring your awareness back. As you deepen the inhales, moving at the fingers and at the toes. And then any stretch that feels good, maybe reaching the hands over the head, maybe pointing and flexing the feet. And then taking your time as you bring the knees in, and then just rolling over to one side. Maybe stay here for a moment. And then when you're ready, we'll come up to seated. Just keep the eyes closed. Bring the hands together as you bow down your head. Connecting with your breath again. And I thank you for letting me guide you. Namaste. So I hope you enjoyed the class and I hope you enjoyed the drills in skill building. You can do the durational hold or the drill on sliding with the blanket for a couple of days until our next class. So I would like to thank you for watching. This is Ever Yoga by Jo and Daya, sharing everyday yoga for everybody.